Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And we are starting this tumbler off by applying a thick layer of Mod Podge. I did do a thicker layer of Mod Podge than I usually do on my tumblers, and I did already prep my tumbler, so I sanded and I spray painted. Here I am going to be kind of using those three colors off to the right. Those three are from three different companies, and it's kind of, I don't know, I kind of just grabbed them off the shelf, not necessarily thinking of how I was going to apply them to the tumbler, and hoping that they would look good together, which luckily they did. Um, so this is Biscoffi from Maestra Creations. This glitter, I believe, is called Miss Piggy from Wildflower Glitter Co. And the last color that I will be using is Ice Chips from the Glitter Pharmacy. So I am just going to apply these three colors sporadically throughout my tumbler. As you can see, I don't really have a rhyme or reason, just kind of overlapping a little bit of the glitters and just trying to fill most of it up. Um, I kind of just went light-handed in the beginning just because I wanted to see if it was actually going to work out, so I didn't want to waste a lot of glitter. So luckily it worked out, and yeah, I kind of messed up and I didn't use different colors for like to catch my glitter, but that's okay because I can just put it in my dump bucket and I will probably end up doing a tumbler with that soon. Um, at the end of this, I kind of just wanted to see where I wanted to put my glitters and what colors I had enough of or what I had too little. And if I didn't have enough of that color, then I kind of just went in and put in a little bit more of that color into the tumbler. And after I finished glittering this, I did brush off any excess that I had with the dry paintbrush, and I went back in to do a second coat of glitter, and kind of just fixing areas that I needed to fix, or that some of the glitter didn't attach to correctly, or just kind of fixing my glitter on the tumbler. So after I did my second coat of glitter, I repeated the same process. So I just knocked off any glitter, and then I put approximately 40 milliliters of epoxy on my tumbler, and then I kind of set that off to the side, and I am working on a water slide. So this is the spray that I use to seal my water slides. And as you can see, I'm sorry, the angle is kind of really bad. I was trying to record this one-handed, so that was kind of bad. So you want to start on the edge of your paper, not necessarily on the paper, but on the edge of the paper, and then just keep spraying it all. And you're going to repeat this about 3 times. If you have an inkjet printer, I have only used inkjet printers, so I don't necessarily know how it would work with a laser printer. So I repeated that process 3 times. I made sure to leave it to dry approximately an hour or two before applying my second coat of the spray and my third coat. So in between each coat, I waited for about an hour to 2 hours. So after I have that done, I am going to just dip that paper in water. And I did mess up a little bit because I didn't necessarily realize that my circumference of my tumbler was thicker than what my paper was. So I did end up printing a second sheet, and I just cut up a little bit of a strip and applied it to the area that I knew that I needed that so that I could have that full wrap. And just as a disclosure, this is my first time doing a full wrap on a tumbler. So I know there are some tips and tricks from other creators that you could also see. Um, I didn't necessarily look anything up, just from videos that I have seen in the past of how people apply water slides. So, again, you do kind of want to use warm water when working with water slides, just to kind of make it easier for the paper to release from the backing, so that water slide part, it will release a little bit easier with warm water. And I usually like to just kind of get my hand wet and then just get that, like rub the water all over the tumbler to have a wet surface before applying my water slide. So here I am just going to take it really slow and start applying one edge of my paper. And as you can see there, it was not fully releasing from the backing, so I did end up putting it back into the water. And honestly, I kind of went in with my silicone brush and just helped it a little bit because I was having kind of an issue with releasing it. You do want to be very gentle because it is very thin paper. So the more you handle it, the more chances of it tearing or ripping that you might have. So as you can see here, I am just applying one little section. It's probably about like half an inch to an inch. And I am just moving very slowly and also kind of trying to work out those little water bubbles that may have been trapped underneath, so that by the end of it, it's kind of like starting to stick to your tumbler. So as you can see here, I am going in with that silicone brush and removing the water bubbles that I may have. So again, you do want to work in probably sections. I would recommend that if you are starting off. Um, and then just kind of repeating the process of removing those water bubbles that you might have on the bottom side of it. And I do have to apologize to you guys because I totally blanked and I forgot to record that part where I applied the extra strip to close off my water slide to have a full wrap. So I do have to apologize to you guys, but it is the same process that I followed. I just um, sprayed it and then put it in the water. Of course, I cut it a little bit bigger than what I needed my area to be. So here I am just working out any bubbles, and you don't want to overwork your water slide because it will start to tear. And I did actually start seeing that towards like the top of my tumbler, that I was kind of working it a little too much. So if you do see that, just kind of step away or try to put it a little bit back. I didn't really mind because I was kind of going for this rustic-y look, but it's okay. Um, you will have some sort of tearing on your water slides, but I think it is okay. If you are starting off, just keep practicing it and we will get better. So, like I said, I'm not an expert in water slides, but I have seen other videos and I have used tips and tricks from other creators. So, as you can see here, I'm just kind of trying to remove any of those water bubbles that may have been trapped underneath my tumbler. Just kind of using that silicone brush to spread out, and I did use a clear water slide paper so that I could see my glitters showing through, as you can see there. Even though I have some flowers that are more um, that are darker in color, you could still see that shine peeking through of the rest of the flowers. So yeah, this is the area that I kind of messed up on. So here is that second sheet of water slide paper that I printed out and already sealed. So now I am just going to kind of eyeball where the water slide needs to be cut. So I am also going to try to figure out what end or what piece from the water slide that I want to use, just to try to create more of a seamless pattern if at all possible. So I'm just going to start like flipping my paper around. I did get this image off of Etsy, um, and to be honest, I completely forgot what the shop name was, but if I remember, I will put it in the description. If not, leave a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. There are a lot of seamless patterns that you could get on Etsy or on Creative Fabrica, or like any place that they sell these just kind of like full pattern sheets. Um, it doesn't necessarily have to be off of Etsy. It's just I really liked this image, and when I saw it, I kind of had this tumbler in mind. So what I like about this shop is that they also have like little quotes and saying with the same elements. So I also purchased a decal from the same shop with the same floral elements that are found in this particular pattern. Alright, so after I trimmed the rest of the paper off, I am just going to repeat the same steps as I did to apply my full sheet of water slide. So I'm just gonna put that sheet, that little cut off piece into the water and wait for it to release from the backing and apply it to my tumbler. And I am sorry, that is the part that I forgot to put, but it is the same process, just taking it one step at a time. So after I finish with the full sheet water slide, I applied 40 milliliters of epoxy, and then I kind of just spray painted this little area, which is kind of why it looks all like grungy. But I wanted it to be a little bit more edgy, which is why I left it a little bit distressed around the edges instead of having a perfect circle cut out of vinyl. I did end up fixing it a little bit, but again, I am just repeating the process of applying the water slides. So I am just going to remove that backing slowly. And before you do like go in with a silicone brush, you kind of do have a little bit of wiggle room and a chance to move it around however you would like, and kind of just place it or align it how you need to, like I am here, before I go in with my silicone brush just to put everything down. And once this is dry, I am going to go in with another 40 milliliters of epoxy, and that will complete my tumbler. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be back on Saturday with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content, and if you guys would like to follow me on my social media, these are my handles, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.